Right, everyone. WeaponCollector here. Right, Friday night stream. So, yeah, back to it. I'll be on for about 2 hours. I'll just do my little bit I normally do because it's the only time I ever get to say it. So, if you ever wanted to support this channel, there are ways, because by supporting me, you do make a lot of the stuff be able to happen. Because my primary income is YouTube, but I don't actually have ads, so I don't get any money from YouTube. But there are ways to support me without really doing anything. So I'll tell you the other ways first. So you can join Patreon for $1 a month or 79p a month. Everyone who does that gets their name on there. So you can advertise your channel in a way, or whatever you like. If you said, can you put my bloody business name on there, I'd do it if you wanted me to, if you're paying. So then you can pay more as much as you want, but at least 79p a month. There's affiliate links. So UK eBay, UK Amazon, US Amazon, and GearBest, right? If you look in the description to all of my videos, there's links to those websites. If you use those links and buy anything, I get something from between 7 to 10% of what you spend. So if you spent 100 quid, I could get a tenner out of it. It wouldn't actually cost you anything extra. I just basically get commission for sending people to the websites, basically. Patreon, you could, not Patreon, so PayPal, if you want to donate via PayPal, there's an email. Just email me and say, Mike, I'd like to donate. Do that if you want, because some people do like to do that. I'm not asking anyone to do that, but people do. And then there's merchandise. So you've got your WeaponCollector mugs. You can get that design on t-shirts. T-shirts, as I said. So my logo and name. Loads of different designs. There's a link to that below as well. So yeah, just thought I'd say, because this is about the only time I get a captive audience to say this to. All right, I'll come over to the thing in a minute. Probably take me a second, because normally when I do this fucking bit disappears. Yeah, it has done it what it normally does. Right, when I'm getting over there, I'll let you know. Right, here we go. The way I do it, I have to go onto a thing called the live control room before I can see anything. Right. Just change some of this shit quickly. So live chat. Got a few on already then. Zed, Peach, Leonard Up, Bus Driver, Sam, Ryan, Will, Alex. You alright, everyone? Right, I'm just going to put this into the pop-up chat. So I can make it a bit bigger then. Then I'll get down to it. Got to that in a bit. So I'll just have a look, see if there's any questions. Ryan said, hope you're well. Got a question. Has your survival air rifle changed in any way? I'll be honest with you, Ryan, I've not really touched it since I set it up. I've not really had much of an opportunity to use it. What I really ought to do is take it out a bit and see what it's like. But at the minute, it's just behind there, really, at the minute, Ryan. Yeah. I'm saving my pennies for one of those lifelike sex robots. You're going to make a killing off that, Mike. Nice one. What, Amazon or eBay? Yeah. Thing is, if someone actually went on eBay and bought a car, though, I would get, you went on there and bought a 25 grand car, I might be able to get 2,000 fucking quid out of that, potentially. Yeah. Ain't happened yet. Although I don't know what the percentage on cars would be, because I must admit it does change per category. Because I noticed on Amazon, I think it is, TVs are like 1%. I do need an haircut, Leonard. I tell you, and a fucking shave. I'm going to cut it soon. Maybe tomorrow. Yeah, I'm doing good, Alex. Yeah, I'm all right now. Yeah, no hangover. Tony should have got HW80, sold my guitar. Nice one, mate. Well, the HW, you probably get more use out of the HW80 in a way. Richard, you right, mate? Liam, you right? Liam is weapons and stuff. T2 Coin Seeker, Dumb Cell Boob, you right? I'll mention that email you sent me in a minute. We also nearly at 28k subs, Mike. Proud of what you have created. I am, Will. Actually. Yeah. I'll tell you what. The community I've got going on here, I think's proper fucking decent, to be honest. Because you know, it could be bigger, but then you might have less, more comments. But then you get more random people on and that, and yeah. No, I am. I'm very happy with that. Here's to loads more though. But yeah. Yeah, 28k. When do you reckon, what's it on now? Something like 27,900 something in it. No Red Dawn yet, Noodles. I'll tell you when I've watched it. Ryan said that would make a great video, seeing you using the survival air rifle. Yeah, I'll sort that out sometime. I've broke my chair, by the way, so I'm now sat on a fucking normal fucking dining chair rather than one that fucking swivels. I'm sitting slightly different. I've missed anyone's comments. Oh, Marcus is on. You right, Marcus? Sorry, mate. Glendale Bus Driver says, has anyone had an experience posting DX? I am selling two, but didn't want the airport postal service thinking they were real and ended up getting my door put in by the police. The only experience I've got from that is a similar sort of thing. Years ago, I sold some, this was ages ago, like, I think getting on for 8 years ago or more, sold two. And I sent those through Parcel Force. Yeah, that's all I know. That was about it. And then, well, I must admit, I did have a funny thing with PayPal where they started. I think they thought I was selling real firearms. That's why even to this day I can't set up my bank to my PayPal, because every time I do, they start wanting a hell of a lot of details off me. Yeah. Alex, yeah. Leonard, Marcus said, just having a look for things. Richard, I can imagine having one of those sextile robots delivered. I'd be too embarrassed to sign for it. Well, hopefully they'd stick it in a box that, and it turned out with like the face sticking out of her window. Fuck's sake. Oh, I'm going to have to loosen my trousers. I put a bit of weight back on. Only a tiny little bit, but my trousers are too fucking tight today. That's better. Making fucking guts of it. No, the delay ain't too bad tonight. Probably because no one's in. Dumble Salbu said to Glow in the Dark, are they new EU spec DX if being sold here in the UK to UK residents? But must be new spec or you'll be breaking the law. Down to Liam, they're talking about starting Amazon drone delivery here. I wonder if I could get one delivered unboxed. Yeah, just hanging off a rope. Yeah, that'd be a fucking experience, wouldn't it? But yeah, I'm not really sure. Glow in the Dark, yeah, I suppose you just have to make sure whoever sends it. Well, yeah, sounds like you does it need to go abroad. That would be the thing. Who knows? Tom, you right, mate? Yeah, a good week. Bit of a sort of nothingy week, but certainly nothing bad. Then as said, sad to see Blazing Bows shapes. Yeah, I meant to mention that. I'm glad you said that. Yeah, they're finally shut now, aren't they? But I suppose they have left the door open ever so slightly, aren't they? Saying they might be back. But they're pretty much gone, aren't they? And I imagine they probably won't be back. That's just water before anyone else. But yeah, pity, innit? Real fucking pity. T2 said, I'd love to see an AI sex bot get less crap than the missus gives me. Yeah, I agree with you there. Very Dark said, Jumble Salbo, I'll need to check that if they are. Just Googled it, and I think need to resubmit them. Yeah, I'll tell you what it costs. Glow in the Dark, from my experience, because I looked into mine, because at the minute, pretty much all of mine are worthless. I can still own them and all that shit, but they're all worthless, meaning I can't sell them. It's from what the place I looked into and asked, you may be able to find someone better yourself. If you know any local gun shops, they might be able to get you a better deal. But it was going to cost me at least 115 quid per gun. to get them deactivated to the current spec. And the thing that sickens me the most, right? My shotguns up there are technically still new spec, but because the certificates are old, they won't be classed as new spec. So I'd probably still get charged 115 quid for them for giving me a new piece of paper. Yeah, well, what I mean then, Noodles, is I can't legally sell them then. Pete said, don't worry, sex toys normally come in an unmarked brown box. Yeah, he knows. Tim, you right, mate? Sam said, oh yeah, Marcus, I have 2 plans. Order an anvil via drone delivery and get plenty of target practice with a shotgun. Yeah, now that again would be an experience. Alex said, you're one of my favourite YouTubers. Pop open a can, mate. You better open one. Thing is, I can't because my problem is I'm a bit of an alky. So if I start drinking, I can't stop. So I'll have to stay sober tonight. But you open one up for us, Alex. I've got a bit of vodka over there. Right, where am I? Then I said, anyone notice if any other online sales are affected by the change in law? I can't see it mentioned. The only thing I've seen is Blades and Bows thing, and because it seems to be most people are just going to risk it. They're going to just carry on, and because it seems like, as Blades and Bows said, it's more down to delivery people who are going to get fucked over for it. So I think a lot of them are going to risk it until something. I think Blades and Bows just don't want to risk it and fuck everything up for themselves. Do you know what I mean? Landart said, yeah, the law changed. I need to send them back in to get more deactivated if that is possible. I've got Section 1 and a shotgun license. Seems mad I can't buy a realistic VCR gun, but can buy, and then he's going to say firearms, I'd assume. Mike, your shotguns would need to have the triggers welded and not be able to break down. The pump is still again. Oh, I did not know that, because when I looked in, I must have looked at something old then, Riggs. I looked at the specs for the shotgun new things, and it pretty much said what they were. I must have read something old then. So they will need redoing then. Right, Jack. No video tonight, so I can do something else like come here. Yeah, nice one. How come you ain't got one on? I nearly didn't have one. I had to rush to do mine. Alex said, I'm 13 and I can't drink. Don't tell me to drink, I only drink vodka. That's all I drink now, vodka. But yeah, I can't. If I start drinking, I've got a coffee here, that'll do. Sam said, I wish I were a smarter man. Someone could make a ton of money. They invented a gadget that could reflect sunlight back to Google, Amazon, and satellites. Yeah, now that would be a good idea, wouldn't it? Yeah. Surely we can all think of an idea for that, can't we? No, they're not registered noodles. It's just, just saying. I'm not going to sit on a live stream and say to, potentially police watching, I'm going to start selling my guns illegally, am I? Do you know what I mean? Because I'm not. So if I want to sell those guns, they need re-deactivating, Glowing Dark said, yeah, I know what you mean. A guy I know had a steel lathe and could probably make a gun from scratch. Yeah, that's it. Jack said, I have one. The drink is Doom Bar. Nice, yeah. I've got black coffee in mine. That was Salvo said, yeah, a new spec double barrel sawn off side by side. It would break open but can't strip and the triggers are welded. Right. Yeah, I must have missed that or read something old. Because mine do strip, open, cock and everything. So yeah, I must have read something old. That's the thing. You have to watch out of even reading the government websites. Because they don't fucking update it. Well, it still makes me laugh with the knife laws. The thing about the 3-inch cutting edge and the 3-inch blade is different on the police website and the YouGov website. How the fuck are you supposed to fucking know? By the way, anyone interested, I'm going to have some quivers ready soon. So yeah, £12.50. That's £10, £2.50 postage. They fit on with a proper mount, so it's not any fucking shitty old thing. It's proper mount and everything. Weapons officer, if I didn't say earlier, all was okay at the hospital today with my granddad. Yeah, sorry, I meant to ask that. I sort of didn't out of privacy, you know what I mean? I thought, oh, I don't know if I'll ask or not. But I was hoping it was the old, I know when you get older, you end up having hospital appointments for sort of just general checkups, don't you? A bit like me with my ear. I have to go back every bloody couple of, I have to go back every 3 years now for pretty much the rest of my life for them to check my ear. And while I'm sat with all the old, I'm the only young one there. It's weird when you have bad ears, right? The only other people you see in the hospital are either really, really old people or children. I'm the only person in there my age. Marcus said we need that messaging facility back on here. Used to be great. Yeah, there is a sort of thing on here now, but I don't even know how you add. Like, you can only add a certain amount of people, Marcus. Right, Donna. Colonel Marcelo, slingshot is the only weapon you can legally carry in public without getting arrested for. When's the new Rambo out? I don't know, but I'm going to talk about Rambo stuff in a minute. I'm going to try and catch up with the things. Double Sabo said Glow in the Dark. Did you see the vid of the guy being raided by the CID just because he bought a book off Amazon? Well, I know if you own certain books now, they are classed as owning terrorist material. So, yeah. Don't mention the books if anyone knows. Weapons I've said he has the eye injections every 2 months to stop him going blind. Went fine though. Well, that's good. That is good. Well, said any upcoming weapon builds? What? I ain't got any proper ones planned at the minute. Not from scratch. I've got a load of blades that need handles. Started one of those, but it's sort of fucked up, so I'm gonna have to redo it or change it a bit. Oh no, there's a bill hook I'm going to do. There's always something. Well, I must admit there is always something, but I've got nothing that I've got the materials for at the minute, if you know what I mean. Still not set up that Discord, Rich. I've not really looked into it. My problem is it's another thing that I'd have to sort of check a lot. Do you know what I mean? I want to do it, but at the same time, I think, is that going to be another thing taking hours out of my you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean, though? Every new thing you do, it's another thing of checking constantly. I've got to keep checking. But I think I will do it though, Rich, because it'll be a good way for us. You know, even if I don't check it, it'd be good. It'd be good for us to share things, like, because you can never share any pictures with me, can you? Unless you email them. Oh, and the new Rambo's out 20th September then. Peach, yeah, it wasn't bad today. I had a nice lay-in at least. Got up. Spent from about 11:45 till 6 looking after my niece and then my nephew. Which involved watching a load of kids' films, basically. And them jumping all over me while playing Spider-Man. And then I watched an episode of Black Mirror about an hour before this stream. So yeah, that was my day. If you don't watch, I'm looking up there because that's where my clock is. Do any of you not watch Black Mirror? If you do, don't tell me any of the new episodes. But I watched the first one of the new series, and it was really good. Jack said I have a shifter, a shit ton of stuff. Oh, I have to shift a shit ton of stuff out my ass. All legal stuff, but nonetheless, I still shifted it. Yeah, I don't blame you, Jack. It just makes life fucking easier in the long run, don't it? I can totally understand that. But yeah, well, I ain't gonna say, but Mark said the noodles. Have you looked up William Smith's wiki? The man's legend. Dad said terrorist material. Is that what they make tactical underpants from? Soviet Jesus, right, mate? Say creeper, man. There you go, I said it. Go Doctor jumps about intelligence database up here. Marvin Cad. When was I started watching the old ones the other day? Yeah, how many did you watch in the end, Liam? Because I know you watched the first one. That did crack me up that bloke from Chernobyl was pretty much playing the exact same character. I hadn't registered that because it's so long since I've seen that first episode. Not seen Game of Thrones yet then, but I've just ordered series 5 and 6. So when they arrive, by the time I've watched them, I'll have the money for 7 and 8 then. And then I'll probably start watching them. Yeah, I'll start watching them soon. But yeah, series 5 and 6 are literally on their way to me. Soviet Jesus said, you've got many guns, I see. All you have to do is get now as a shadow clone ninjutsu. You can take over the region, my dude. Abu Sabu said, intelligence database for the mythical far right. 2 episodes so far. What was the second one, Liam? Just tell me a general synopsis, or even the name. If you tell me the name of the episode, I should remember it. But I have seen series 1 quite a few times. Noodle said, what would happen if a foreign government occupied England and that government abused its power and the people of England? Who would fight them and with what? Well, we have got nuclear bombs here, so I think we could stop it in the first place with that threat potentially, don't I mean? But you'll be surprised, actually, Noodles. There's something like over 100,000 shotguns in just my county. So there's a hell of a lot of shotguns in there. There's probably millions of shotguns in this country. So it's not like we don't have any weapons. And then there's a hell of a lot of firearms. There's more firearms you'd think in this country. You can have there's plenty of bullet rifles in this country. But I don't know, in a mythical thing, just it would, in this mythical situation, you just have to do what you could get, make things. Because all you do is go back to the old classic example, the Home Guard, and all that. If you look at the Home Guard manual, that tells you how to disable tanks, derail trains, all shit like that. It can be done. Or you'd all just be fucked, wouldn't you? Oh yeah, that one. Yeah. Is that in series 1? So is that 100,000 merits or something like that? 10,000 merits, 100,000 merit. I can't remember, something like that. I didn't think that was in series 1. But yeah, you just have to go old school, wouldn't you? There's loads of things. Just if you think of examples like the riots in countries where they've not got guns and that, 15 million credits, that's it. Yeah, I know it's something like that. That one's all right as well. But I think the majority of the Black Mirrors, Liam, are good. Some are better than others, but yes, they're all good though. Mark said carry knives tied to brush handle. Well, that's the thing, there's all things like that. Go back to medieval days, bill hooks and all that. Yeah, I've been watching Chernobyl. Glow in the Dark. I finished it yesterday and I fucking loved it. Brilliant, wasn't it? Liam's been watching it. Yeah, really, really good. That's probably one of the best docudramas I've ever seen. Well deserves the fact that it's I think it's the highest rated TV show on IMDb ever. Jack said the English can fight and win anyone with or without weapons. But yeah, there's loads of things, isn't there? I'm not going to say on here, but there's no end of things you could make easily. Count all up. Yeah, I'm good, mate. Thank you for asking. Then he said in World War II, the Nazis didn't allow the French to have guns, but the French resistance did okay. Tim said, is the Home Guard manual legal literature now? Yeah, do you know what, Tim? That I don't actually know. That I would actually be quite wary of that. But I don't know. I don't think they've looked at that one. But yeah, that tells you a surprising amount of stuff. Bristol said, we're already being ruled by the EU Parliament. Our politicians are all yes men. Mark said, thanks to SOE. Yeah, and the Liberators. Sabu said to Jack, might be more bans shortly. Mike will fill you in a bit. Yes. Oh, when we get off this topic a bit or whatever. Weapons officer, sadly, the Russians have said Chernobyl was pure propaganda. The CIA blew up the reactor and didn't cut off the aid to the liquidators. And they didn't cut off aid to the liquidators. Made me think, what pricks. Yeah, it's sickening, isn't it? But yeah, that fucking Chernobyl was fucking brilliant. But them people deserve to be remembered. And I said, don't forget the Scottish. We're always up there for a fight. Count all said, is there any specific law around spiked clubs? Just wondered. No, I don't think so. No. It's weird. There's a lot of things that have been forgotten about, and then there's other things that are on these lists, but there's never been any mention of spiked clubs or anything. Yeah. So your straight baton is illegal, but if it's slightly fatter and has nails sticking out of it, it's legal. Count Orlock said you can buy the Home Guard manual on Amazon. Going dark said, I remember in 1986 when Chernobyl happened, and I found heaps of dead beetles and ladybirds in my garden. It was much worse than they made out. That's fascinating. I was 6 when it happened, so I can just vaguely remember it on the news at the time. And I can remember being a little kid thinking I knew it was serious. You know what I mean? You can tell by people's reactions and that. But that's all I remember. JBO, right, Jim? Good to see you on, mate. Sam said, not that they would ever take my guns while still living. If they did, I would have so many homemade concoctions for acres across my land. They'd be burying many. Yeah, that's it. There's a load of things you can do. It's, if this was a different world in a different country, I would gladly but I would gladly say every fucking thing you could do. But in this country and on video, I can't say all this shit because I'm giving evidence to things that could also be used out of context at another time. Because that's what they do, prosecution. Because I've seen them do it to people. Use people's videos out of context with no sound on it to make that person look like a nutter, like they're teaching people how to cut guns down to hide them. But really, it was a survival rifle. So me saying, oh, you can make this, you can make that, you can make that, that could be used against me at a later date. So I'm not going to say it. If people ever wonder why I don't say these things, it's for my own fucking safety and yours. Right, I might as well tell you now anyway. Jumble Sabu sent me something recently that I think it was a police commissioner or something like that. They want to now ban Rambo knives, basically, or make it so you have to have licenses to own a fucking Rambo knife. But what the hell? What is going to be a Rambo knife? That's the thing that gets me. Are they going to say any knife over 10 inches with serrations is a Rambo knife? It doesn't have to be marketed as a Rambo knife, but the UK government want to ban Rambo knives soon. Yeah, that was thanks to Jumper Sabu that I know that. I wouldn't have known. Jumper Sabu said to Glenn in the dark, I was out in the rain at break time at high school that day. No wonder it looked like the Ready Brett kid. It's fascinating though, isn't it, the old Chernobyl stuff? Pete said, my mum was on the news once when asked if police should have tasers. Ah, what they was asking her was they, like if people think, yeah, interesting, isn't it? Sam says sapper training also, Marcus. I started my career as a sapper combat engineer. Marcus said, Pete, remember that poured pepper on himself and the cops tasered him. The only thing I know about someone burning themselves was that thing recently in America. Jack said, if I get banned, I get banned. I take things as they come. I never flap over anything. Very ruthless and not much bothered me either. Way good or bad. Yeah, I just don't like handing the cunt's evidence to try and, um, I'm not going to give the cunts things to use against me. So that's why I'd be careful what I say on here. And let be said on here as well, you know what I mean? Can't all look said, you can actually pick up a rock and yeah, redacted. Can't all said Rambo knife, perhaps a blade with a certain length of serrations and a clip point. Yeah, could be. I don't know how they're gonna fucking justify it or define a fucking Rambo knife. Oh, where am I? JBL, I saw a while back about the Rambo knives, just another bullshit knee-jerk reaction. Fucking, it's fermented, isn't it? Irishman said, has anyone seen Chernobyl? I had to go, yeah, we were just on about that, yeah. I finished it the other day. I think it's fucking brilliant. UK government. Guns, Marcus. Right, where am I? I said the West didn't even know at the time how bad Chernobyl was. We didn't find out until after the Soviet Union collapsed about the risk of the 3MT thermal explosion that would have irradiated all. Right, yeah, it's true, isn't it? Yeah. Dumbo said if it's the police who wants them licensed or banned, like the zombie ban, probably ambiguous, a large serrated knife. They tend to forget 90% of knife crime are with kitchen knives. That's the funny thing in that though, Riggs, wasn't it? That he actually admitted it was kitchen knives that do most of that shit, but kitchen knives aren't designed for hurting people. I always find that fucking ridiculous thing to say. And so fucking what? They're designed for cutting fucking meat though, flesh. I said of Europe from the fallout of 4 total nuclear reactors. They're not say where's that gone? Show. They're not saying said there's no such thing as a Rambo knife. They are survival knives. A Rambo come to carry one. Those are fucking thick politicians are. I know it's absolutely fucking demented, and it makes no sense, does it? Sam said the last sapper to get pissed at Big Brother created an incident in Oklahoma. Clarity, I don't agree with what he did though. Glenn Dark said I got told a story at Doonray about scientists from Chernobyl that set off heaps of radioactive alarms from his biro pen. This was before the disaster. It's interesting, isn't it? Peter, has anyone done treasure hunting? I know it's different, but closest thing I've done to treasure hunting is doing a bit of geocaching. I'll find out well if you're going for a long walk, look up geocache maps. That's quite interesting thing, especially if you've got kids. Sort of like treasure hunting. Geocaching. Especially if you go long walks places, it's worth looking up on the geocaching maps. And you'll find there might be quite a lot of ones on the way. Some of them you just find the little thing, write your name in it, put it back. Some of them they have little things you can swap. Then I said the Rambo collection knives have it written on the blades. I better get grinding. Mark said to me, so that's A lot of cold steel stuff that's going to get banned then. Could be, couldn't it? Grand Dark said, we are. Oh, well, they are. I won't sing that because I'll probably butcher it, but I knew that was going to be the song when I started. Having a look. Dad said, "Oh, stand corrected then. It's the police." Well, fucking thick. Present company accepted, of course. Lol. Jack said, I watched Chernobyl as it was first alerted in 1986. Shitting myself watching it. Yeah, I remember shitting myself watching it. Yeah, I was 6 at the time. I remember then thinking I knew there was something pretty fucking bad. Count said, hey, we can always make knives out of stone, right? That's what I mean. Well, they'll never get rid of that gun board, I'll tell you, because I will just replace it with tools and sporting goods. So they won't get rid of that machete, and I'll change the swords for great big fucking butcher's fucking knives. I'll just shape kitchen knives like Bowie knives. I'll change my daggers for those fucking dagger trowel things. That won't go. It's, you know, it'll be legal, but it won't fucking go. Slingshot said, what do you think about the UK becoming a vassal of the US? I'll be honest, Slingshot, I don't know what that means. Daryl, you're right, mate. Weapons Off said, in Sweden, they thought they'd have a leak at the nuclear plant, and then they realised the radiation was coming from outside. Oh, what, when it happened? Yeah, when Chernobyl's happened. Number Sabu said, 2 Chernobyl scientists had an argument. I haven't spoken for 30 years. They apparently had a huge fallout. But that's good. If you did make that up, good on you. I like that one. There's vassal. I've never heard anyone use that in real life, I don't think. So that's either a word. Maybe is that one of those medieval words I've never heard of before? Then he said slingshot. Never happened, but if it did, I wouldn't recommend any Americans coming here. Pete said the dickhead will ban all the knives, but kitchen knives, and the kids will still be stabbing each other. That's it, isn't it, Pete? It's insane because he even fucking says in the thing. I'd have to get it up and read it in it. He even says that he knows it's kitchen knives that do it, but kitchen knives aren't designed to kill people. Fuck off. It's just like the thickest thing you've ever fucking heard. Apparently, that's how Gorbachev found out, not from his own people telling him. They were pretending nothing had happened, but foreign governments asking why radiation was spilling from the Soviet Union. Yeah, fucking hell. They're fascinating, all that. He said, oh, hang on. I'm the typer. You're right, mate. Sorry, because there's a lot of comments. If I've missed anyone, come on, I haven't said hello. So hello, Slingshot. And hello, I'm the typer. And anyone else who I've missed. Marcus said to Slingshot, better than Europeans, we have nothing in common with. I'm very pro-American. As I said, my at people's name has broken at some point, so I'm not ignoring people. It just doesn't work at my end. That's strange, isn't it? I hope everyone's liking the stream, by the way. Yeah, Pete's just right there. Dad said to Marcus, if that were to happen, I'd want the Yanks to become extinct, to be honest. It would be the same if any country did it. What does a vassal of America mean then? I've never actually seen the word vassal written down. I'm pretty sure, and I ain't fucking thick or anything. Or was it supposed to be vessel? Am I just being too fucking literal with this? The word vassal doesn't even come up with anything. Comes up with a footballer. Yeah. Gonna say. And it is actually VASSEL then, or whatever it was. Right. Oh yeah, vassal state. Yeah. Oh yeah, it was spelt wrong. That's why I wouldn't have known what it was anyway. I've never actually had that word ever being used. Zombert's all right. Then he's sat out there in the Wendy ass at the minute. Thank God he's not over there anymore. He's doing my head and being in here. Richard, I dislike the title "Knife Crime Academic" when they call them knife attack, stabbings, and attempted murder. Plain and simple. Yeah, exactly, Rich. I was talking about anything at the minute. I'm the typer. Gumble Sabu said some Rambo knives cost over 1,500 quid. I think I'm going to use one of those. I know you can get cheap Chinese knockoffs, but I'm not being used in crime. Then I don't even say it's just fucking demented, isn't it? Irishman said I was getting some DVDs today, and I asked the guy where I would find the Terminator movies. He said, "I'll be back." Nice one. Sabu said these ranged in small. Oh, I'm missing something there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you still buy swords. Glow in the dark. Yeah. Just the old shitty ones that you can't buy, you can't, that have been banned, you couldn't buy anyway, could you? So yeah, I don't think it will change them at all. I'm pretty sure, yeah, like 100% sure you can still buy them perfectly fine. All right, yeah, slingshot. It means the UK would become America's colony. Dan said, how could UK become a vassal state to the US when the Bank of America is owned by Bank of England? Who has the money runs the show? I can't ever, I'll be honest, slingshot, I can't see that ever happening in a million years, to be honest. Well, maybe in a million years, but no, I can't see that happening in the near future. The UK is not quite as fucked as people make it out to be, and even how it seems in these streams. In certain ways, certain ways it is, certain ways it ain't. But from YouTube and these streams, people seem to think we literally can't walk out the door without being monitored and police checking our pockets and all shit like that. And it's not really like that. I'm all right, burned out, Rose. I may have to change these topics in a minute. I'm getting fucking doing my head in tonight. I don't know. Weapons, I said, imagine the police chief as an environmental bloke. We know diesel fumes are doing all the damage. And that is why we are banning all petrol cars, as gasoline is more flammable. Yeah, that's exactly the situation, isn't it, Will? Here's my EDC at the minute. Pete said, get buying all your silver now before shit hit the fans. Oh, Joe. Things that I would disagree, Sam. All flux. I made it this time now. Yeah, not bad, mate. Just, I don't know. The topics are getting on my nerves today. Marcus said, we have too many people in this country, way overcrowded, and most of them don't contribute anything. Oh, yeah, that's definitely true, Marcus. I 100% agree with you there. It's just sometimes I think this country gets portrayed to other countries as being literally totally fucked and like we're living in 1984. And And yes, a little bit like that, but it's not full on like that. You know what I mean? You'd be surprised how much I have to listen constantly to people who don't live in this country, constantly going on about our rights and all that shit. People don't live here, and they don't really know. Especially like the one that always gets me is the gun thing. You can have loads of guns over here if you have the right licenses. People think no one in the UK can have guns. Ask Glow in the Dark what guns he's got if he doesn't mind saying. Don't say if you don't want to. Or anyone who's got firearms license. Or ask Glow in the Dark what guns he could have if he had the money. This ain't aimed at anyone. It's just I must be in a funny mood tonight. Well, maybe that's what it is, Liam. Yeah, we should stop talking about politics. Maybe that's why I'm getting pissed off, actually. Yeah, because it's a lot of politics, isn't it? I hadn't even registered. Bland Art said, Mike, you'll be very surprised how much info cops have on people. 1983 is very, very much becoming true. Oh, I totally believe that. But yeah, but I mean, you know, a lot of people who don't even live in this country seem to think they know everything about this country, as in, you know, and partly it's because of, I don't know, just stop going on about that crap now. It's just getting on my nerves now. Again, this isn't aimed at anyone. None of the things I say are ever aimed at anyone. I'd say someone's name if it was. No, stay on, Rich. Don't go. I'll have to go in a minute myself. All right, no more politics because it's getting on my nerves. I'm sorry. We don't normally do politics, do we? But because the thing is, after I can't contribute, and it just starts to get on my nerves. They're not. Look, we've scared Richard away. He's leaving now. Wolf Flux, what vehicle would you take into a zombie apocalypse? I'll take a bus or a Scania truck. Something similar, although I can't. I can drive. Yeah, I've never driven anything like that though. So, but with a bit of practice, I'm assuming I could drive a bigger truck. But I wouldn't mind. We've actually got crew cab tipper lorries. I think you could convert those into a fucking brilliant zombie apocalypse transport. Sam said, I got mad respect for the Queen, though, since this past week, if it's true. Trump remarks she worked on military vehicles during the war. True story. Yes, that is true, Sam. Yeah, that is. Yeah. Said, I don't mind staying for another 10 minutes, but all right, I'll stay down for another 10 minutes too, then I'm going off as well. Nah, joking. Glow in the Dark said, not a problem, mate. I have the following 12 gauge Franchi semi automatic 5 shotgun, 12 gauge Beretta Silverhawk, 10 ball Browning Gold Hunter, 223 Remington, 303 Lee Enfield Mark III, 22 HMR Heckler & Koch. There you go. That's just an example of some of the guns you can have in this country with the right licenses. Double Sail said, Mike, you've got to watch Avengement. You'll love it. All right, I'll write that one down, Riggs. I'm trying to think what I've watched recently. Oh, I've been watching Chernobyl, and I knew I've been watching something. Wolf Flux said, oh, one of those grabber trucks. Someone on the crane while the others driving pickup. Any scraps? Yeah, that's a good point, because actually there would be a lot of vehicles in the road. It's a bit like on in the stand, Stephen King's The Stand. They end up just riding around on bikes in the end because it's the easiest, safest thing to do. Although they're not trying to get away from zombies. Slingshot said, did everyone like my video? I watched it. What, the carton one or the other ones? Yeah, it was good. That exact same thing happened to me, mate. Even with my really nice sharp machete, that still won't cut them fucking things. I think some of them are tougher than others. Then he said the wolf likes a steamroller. Zombies won't be able to get out of its way quickly enough. That's a good one, actually. You imagine all the fucking squashed bodies on the floor there. We're fucking, oh, I don't know. Mean machine. All right, mate. I could see you on. No notification. Ah, well. Don't surprise me that you don't get them. I haven't started Game of Thrones yet, Peach, but I definitely will. I've got Series 5 and 6 on the way. So when they arrive, I'll probably start it. I've got to watch Black Mirror, but there's only 3 episodes of this current season of Black Mirror anyway, so I would have finished them by tomorrow. Richard says, speaking of classical music, been looking at some opera songs that are in my singing range. Richard's been trying out a bit of singing lately. I missed your comment about that, Zed. What did you say? I saw it then and I didn't read it. On a different subject, I've been trying out classical music, but unfortunately, you can't get the original recordings. The music's all performed by cover bands. Is that a joke? Because it went straight over my head if it was. I read it too quickly. Oh, I ain't going to check. I think I'm in too much of a bad mood. As I ain't in a bad mood, it's just when talking about certain things, it starts to annoy me a bit. When I said King said the stand was inspired by the US Army nerve gas cheap incident. Nice. I must have missed that unless I have read that before and now can't remember it. What was that then? Jump Sabo said, what's everybody's favourite movie weapon? I don't know now. I'll tell you something else I'd have on that fucking board as well if they banned it all. Thinking about favourite movie weapon, because it came to my mind quickly, Ash's chainsaw. I'd put a chainsaw up there as well. Can't think, Riggs. I always used to like the minigun. Yeah. But if you mean like melee weapons, I don't know. Can't think of any off the top of my head. Zed said, Wolf, why drive away from them in one of those? You could do about it would be to chant splut. All they could do about it would be to chant splut. JBO said to me, thank you for the video explaining the crossbow safety, mate. That seems to have done it. Oh, nice one. I'm glad that helped, Jim. Yeah, I'd had the same problem, but I never thought of mentioning it to anyone. And then when you said, and then I wrote it, I put that thing on, and I noticed quite a few people liking it. So I thought maybe other people are having the problem. Because I noticed it. Oh, by the way, Jim, these are the crossbow quivers. So it's got a proper mount on the bottom. It just, just tighten that up straight on the crossbow. Hold 6 bolts, so you can get at 6 bolts really quickly if you want. Should fit any bolts. But I supplied them with these ones just to, just so they definitely do. And they'd be £12.50 if anyone wants one. I should have about 10 ready soon. Made from Kydex, friction fit. Things like that. Here's a restaurant you should go to when traveling the US, Golden Coral. Nice one, mate. Will do. Jumbo said the Jack Crane Predator machete. You've got a couple of replicas of those. Yeah, got a couple of replicas of those. Oh, what's Jim saying? Oh, probably the knife, the Indian fellow in the Predator. Is it? But yeah, it's Billy. Yeah, that is his name, Billy. Yeah. Said yes, it was a joke. I think I read it too quickly. Then I don't think I'm in a joke mood at the minute, unless they're really obvious ones. I think that's why I ignored it in the first place, because I thought it was a joke. Well, I said there's a US Army, so I can't even fucking read now, where the US Army killed over 6,000 sheep by accident because they cocked up a nerve agent bomb test. Very Dark saying to Marcus, give me a shout if you fancy. But you two in the about the same area, are you then? Bits that I like Predators combi stick. What the actual Predators? Wolflux said, what about entertainment during a zombie apocalypse? Seems like it would get boring after a while. Yeah, you know what you'd end up doing? You'd have to hope you had a. This is no stereotype here, but I was going to say you'd have to hope you've got an Irish mate or something who can sing, because I notice a lot of the Irish like to sing. So hopefully you've got an Irish mate who can sing, and maybe another mate who can play some kind of instrument. But I certainly can't do either of those. And you're going to have to sit around a fire and entertain yourselves that way, I reckon. Booze. Booze and board games and cards. JBO said, when I lived in Minnesota, I loved going to Frying Pan, a restaurant in Fargo. Oh, I didn't know you lived over there at some point. Jim, that's so good, that was. That's your favourite movie weapon, Austin Powers strap-on gun. Glenn Dart said, weapon stuff. Have you heard of Bruinard Island? My favourite movie weapon is a short pole action ironclad. Yeah, what's his name in oh fuck, I can't remember what it's called now. Tom Savini, the old vampire thing. His name's Sex Machine. He's got his old cock gun, hasn't he? From Dusk Till Dawn. Yeah. British Bulldog, right, mate? T2 said to JBO, you're very lucky to have lived in a history-rich area. Maybe one day in the future we could meet up and attack together. Yeah, that'd be good, wouldn't it? Think I had an idea for a double slashing claw glove. Go on, let us know, mate. Don't see. Talking of movie weapons, I see that some scientists have said that lightsabers could work. Too much time on their hands, I reckon. Fuck's sake. That'd be mad, wouldn't it? Would they just sort of burn you, though, or would they kill you straight away? That's it, yeah, it's in Desperado as well, yeah. Got sent this the other day to review. Not very weapon related, but I suppose it's still self-defense as it's security related. One of these fingerprint padlocks. It's not set up properly yet. It was free, so I thought, fuck it. Might as well. Marcus said to me, no, Mike, my son runs marathons. We'll be going to Inverness when he runs it. Oh, nice. I just wondered because I missed a bit when you two were saying that. Because when people are atting each other, I just let them get on with that. You know that, don't you, Marcus? So I've missed you two saying that. Yeah, cards, definitely. I have cards, Wolf, in my bug-out bags. Just in case, if it goes on that long. Cards and a radio, but proper shit hit the fan, you wouldn't have nothing coming on the radio anyway, would you? Maybe a wind-up radio and hopefully have some little tiny memory cards with you with like radio shows on them or something. Pete says, sing the ring gang good. What's that? As I said, is that the British Army anthrax tests on Scottish Island? That's to Glow in the Dark, isn't it? Rich said to Pete, I can only do songs that are sung by bass voice singers that are my vocal range. Jumble Selby, Sex Machine Cock Revolver is also used in Desperado. I got all of them on DVD. What's the first one called? There's one before Desperado, isn't there? I can't remember what it's called now. El Mariachi, Desperado, Once Upon a Time in Mexico. Richard said, what pets have you owned, Mike? Well, not me personally, but our house has had a dog, which was a female Alsatian, and I had that from pretty much when I was born to about the age of 12, 13, 14, something like that. And then we've had a couple of birds. So we had a greenfinch, because my dad's a landscape gardener. We had a greenfinch that was Indian, and we kept that for a couple of years. Hamsters. Malcolm found a hamster in a car park once where this local tramp used to live. So we called the hamster Dennis after Dennis the Tramp. So the hamster was Dennis the Tramp. And then a couple of years ago, my sister had a rabbit for a while. That lived quite long. It's supposed to be a dwarf rabbit, and it turned out to be like a massive one, or massive compared to a dwarf rabbit anyway. And then a couple of years ago, we had an injured female blackbird. We had that from a baby. We had it for like 2.5 years, which is about their natural lifespan. So yeah, we had it its whole life really. They can live for ages, but their normal lifespan is about 2.5 years. That's how long we had ours. That's it, I think. I like dogs, but they're too much bother. You know, too much money and all that shit, and I couldn't afford any of it. Dad said they would cut through anything apparently. Oh, the lightsabers. Wolf said I can break open a padlock with just 2 wrenches. Yeah, I know that old trick. Yeah, sort of like that, isn't it? Jumper Sabu said I need one of the finger padlocks on my chastity belt. JBO said he knows that technique. Mark said he's seen it. I've never done it, but I've seen it. You've been all right then, have you, British Bulldog? Irishman said, do you have porn mag in your bag? To be honest, I never thought about that. But yeah, that would be worth putting in there. To be honest, if I had one in there, I wouldn't be able to show it in the videos anyway. But yeah, I think that's worth having in there. Oh, that song from Red Dead Redemption 2. I can't remember that. All Flux said you'll need the notepad to take note of locations if possibly looting. I do. I've got notepads in all of my bug up bags. Things that said UK preppers should form an offline outdoor club. They're always asking me that on here. It'll happen one day. They're not serious. I don't know about anyone else, but personally, I can't trust anything Atom say. They make up everything. Yeah, now that one I did get. That's sake. Richard said, yeah, Johnny Cash, I can do, Peach. I like the funny opera song called I Am Adolfo. I'll have to check that one out. You mentioned that last night, didn't you, Rick? Wolf Flat said I spat my tea out and almost hit the dog. To Zed. Bingshot said to JBO, feel free to copy it. What was he saying? Oh, what the oh, love to design your slingshots. Nice, I missed that. Sam said, Mike said, I like dags. I immediately think of Snatch. Fuck's sake. Right, where am I? Mark said, Zed, I'm very informed on that subject, mate. Bold is saying. Oh, spare rock. Oh, spare sock and a jar of Vaseline. Fuck's sake. Yeah, giving away your secrets now, Zed. British Bulldog said, been out with my mates from 6 till 9. Then got done off me, man, for being 20 minutes late. Ah, fuck's sake. Wolf Lug said, cunt is itchy. Oh, you got a live story, have you? Did I tell you, Liam, and anyone else? I only mentioned Liam because I mentioned it to him before last night on my or just before my Twitch stream. I did get told by Gearbest that they was going to send me some gear again to do reviews. So I thought, all right, I sent him a couple of links. He said, yeah, that's all right. And then the next day she sent me a fucking message saying, oh, my boss says we're not allowed to because you're not getting enough commission for us. So that's that gone. I almost felt like saying to her, can you just take me off the fucking mailing list? Because I don't really want to fucking keep going up. Because she sends me messages every month. Share this link, share this link. And I feel like saying, fuck off, because I don't actually get nothing out of sharing the fucking shitty fucking sale links. What's the point of me doing that? I'm very ungrateful of me, don't it? But sick of it all constantly. You know, they won't send me nothing, but they still want me to constantly share loads of shit. You need to treat yourself, put down the Vaseline, and get some lube. Yeah, Mike Oxford. Don't start with the old fake names, for fuck's sake. We had a fucking was that on this Twitch or was that Liam's fucking stream? No, I don't mind you doing it, but I've seen them all before recently on a stream. You ain't had any of the notifications. I'll tell you when I start them, board. I start them at 10 o'clock at night, so maybe that's why. Oh, you got a solar crank flashlight as well. Nice. Yeah, I got one of them. I showed you mine, didn't I? Thing shot. They're well worth owning. They are. Sam said, Marcus, hell yeah, Snatch was a hit over here. Lock, Stock, Two Smoking Barrels, not so much. Marcus was saying, do you like that movie? Do movies like that have much appeal in the US? I know what you mean there, Marcus. You wouldn't think they would you? But then I suppose it's the sort of novelty of it, I suppose, because it's unusual, isn't it? That one probably helped it had Brad Pitt in it as well. I read that, didn't I? Jumbo Sabu said you can't beat a bit of liver in a jam jar. I have heard that one, but fucking hell, I don't know who wants to try that. I ain't reading your one out, Peach. Teachers and my dickhead next door neighbours just set off a firework. The dog is going crazy. Back in a minute. Well, if you come back, we'll let us know what goes on, T2. Yeah, I need a new sponsor, don't I, Slingshot? They're hard to come by, though, because I don't know anywhere where you can ask. What they ought to do is a website where you can sort of apply for it, because nearly all the people who ever sponsor me, they message me. Like these people who sent me that, it's the same person who sent me that camera. And I know it's not weapon related, but it is still sort of self-defense related. And I am getting some knives sent by a company called Wooby, I think it is. Look up these knives, this knife company. I think this is what it's called. They look like all right knives. But that's the only ones I get now, sort of random companies. Not one, like GearBest and that. I could still do the... How many of you, when I do those recommendations on my community tab, actually look at the stuff? Do any of you look? He said third time the charm. Wolflux, I saw a solar power kit that saves all the power into something the size of a car battery from a fold-up solar panel. When open, it's the size of a car, but when folded, it's the size of me laying down. Well, that certainly sounds interesting. That's the way to go, though, for the future, isn't it? And for the, any sort of shit it fans of, that's what you're going to need if you want any kind of power. Kubi, is that it, Pete? Kubi knives. Yeah, I'm going to say, funny thing is, when I said Wooby, I thought that don't sound right. Is that it? Let me have a look. Yeah, it must be. I'll show you the one I'm getting if it's on there. If you put, I think it's the KU176. So Kubi KU176. Have a look what price that is. I don't know. I've not looked yet. Yeah, about $40. So yeah, not bad. A 30 quid knife then. I'll see what happens with them, because sometimes what happens is these companies say to me, do you want the stuff? And then I say yes, and I send them my address. And then when they see that my address is English, they don't bother sending them stuff. He said to Jumbo Sabu, don't forget a condom, otherwise it will spit like hell if you fry it up afterwards for dinner. That's so. That's way too far, Zed. Tim said I had a wind-up flashlight once, but I didn't use it for a while. The battery died and wouldn't charge up anymore. I suppose that would happen, wouldn't it? What they need is easily interchangeable batteries, don't they? Marcus said, yeah, batteries like that if you don't use them. Sam said Vinny, whatever his name is, yeah, Vinny Jones, actually got pretty popular over here from his British films. He was the guy who carried the Desert Eagle. That's it, Vinny Jones. He was in Midnight Meat Train, wasn't he? And yeah, he did get a bit of a career for a bit out of it, didn't he? Slingshot, no, I looked at your merchandise. T-shirt, nice. Cheers, mate. Yeah, don't get your merchandise in, you bastards. No one bought anything for over a month. I'm starving to death here. Marcus said Sam, he was a pro footballer. fuck's sake. Was that you? I saw the name Zed, not Z, and I thought it was him who said it. I wondered which one of you two might say that. Nothing wrong with a salty liver sandwich, mate. Fuck's sake. Tim said, yeah, that's the problem, Marcus. I'm not sure of what charge level you should have them at. The storage and how long you leave them between charges for it to grow. That's the problem, isn't it? I see what you mean there. Yeah. I suppose if it came to it, long-term shit at the fan, you'd have to rig up something, change the handle to a wheel, and then rig it up to some fucking thing where it could keep turning it. You know, like a fucking wind thing or water powered, and then that would at least power it to have it on. So I suppose even if the battery's no good, at least it'd be better than nothing for future sort of shit at the fan. Think that if you move to the States, you wouldn't have this problem. I don't know what you mean there. Oh no, I don't know what you mean there. I don't have a job, if that's what you mean. I could get a job tomorrow if I wanted to, but I live in a situation where it fuck everything up if I did, if that's what you're saying. Because I don't know what you mean otherwise. Unless you're talking about someone else. Am I missing something there? I don't know. But living in the US has nothing to do with my sponsorship or not getting money from YouTube. I don't get money from YouTube because I made the mistake. So did about 20 other people who keep saying, don't forget to click on the ads. And then that's against YouTube's privacy policy. So now I don't get paid from ads, which would have been my sole income, really. So the only other way I get paid regularly is Patreon and a couple of other little things. Oh, and the GearBest affiliate stuff. The reason I don't work is because if I do go to work, there'd be no more YouTube, and someone else in my family would have to quit their job and give up their car. So by me staying at home, I get to do my YouTube, and they get to still have a car, which means they can still get about. That person can also hardly walk anywhere. So yeah, I don't know how moving to America would change that. If that's what you meant. So I don't know. It's confused me. Daria said, what are the non-handmade samurai swords are illegal to own, but handmade? Why? Oh, I think it was something about the cheap ones at the time was really, really, really common, and a lot of people in London was attacking each other with them. Oh, as I said, those things, I could literally get a job tomorrow. I could get a job tomorrow, but as I said, if I do, there'd be no more YouTube videos, and other people would have to quit their job, so it wouldn't make any difference. But I know what you mean. But I've got plenty of opportunities over here. What was I saying? People was attacking each other with those swords, so they banned them basically, and then they said that only handmade ones could be bought, thinking that that would be harder thing to get hold of, and then people just started selling handmade ones for fucking 30 quid. So, and you get a better quality sword now. Dead said Stumble Taboo. Personally, I don't eat fried liver. It looks too much like something you could expect to see hanging out of a razzled old whore. For my liking. Sam said, outside the local convenience store today, they had free hepatitis vaccines going on. Stop letting sheep bumpers across the board. We wouldn't need the free vaccinations. Opportunity in the States. But I know what you're saying, Slingshot. Yeah. But yeah, I'm in a situation where it works better for me to not work. Because I am working. My job is YouTube. I just don't happen to get fucking paid from it now. I do get a little bit, but it's not a lot. But you know, I'm so sort of used to it now, but it doesn't sort of matter anymore. I don't go without. I don't have nothing fancy, but I don't go without. You know what I mean? The only opportunity I can see in America would be good for me. If I lived in America, I could design, create, and make all the knuckle dusters I could ever think of. You know, and in certain states, and then do loads of other stuff like that. But yeah, it's never going to happen anyway. So, Tammy said opportunity is different in different eyes, bud. Yeah, my good point. JBO said, has anyone had any dealing with the Wasp slingshots? No, I've not. I've not. Let me look into that a second. Have a look. Just see. No, definitely not. They look all right though. But then to me, the majority of the time, a slingshot's a slingshot, isn't it? You know what I mean? Not that, you know, I'm not putting any particular slingshots down, but you know what I mean? The majority of slingshots I see being made sold for a fortune. I could make that myself. Like I said, Sam, one of our TV channels had a really funny documentary a while back, like the Mexicans who couldn't stop shagging donkeys. They pixeled out their bare asses. Fuck's sake. I'll tell you what I saw today, which made me think of how the UK is perceived for our strange laws. I was watching Black Mirror earlier, and this won't be a spoiler or nothing, but because that's all sort of near technology based, near future technology based, and all that. This was just a little side bit. Didn't mean anything to the story, but they was putting some cutlery in the dishwasher, and because one of the knives was facing up, it refused to work and was telling the person they had to take the knife out because it's dangerous. And it just made me think, oh, that's what we'll be dealing with in about fucking 10 years. Dishwashers that won't wash your knives unless they're blade down. They are. I'm fucking contributing to the own fucking stereotypes that I try to stop us doing constantly. Thank you, Slingshot. I really appreciate that. That does help. Yeah, the thing is, I could get a job tomorrow, and that's not me just saying that. I could. It's not difficult in my area to get jobs, but yeah, the problem is someone else would have to start doing the things I do, and then they would have to give up their job, give up their car, and you know, it just works better this way. So, but yeah, I know what you mean. Marcus said JBL I have, they come without the bands attached. Now that's a bit of a pain, isn't it? So I said to Marcus, they're known for shagging anything they can get hold of. I saw a news article recently. One was arrested of violating a chicken. Jump said Z. Nothing worse than a razzled horse gnat. Looks like a run over hedgehog. Wolf Flats are going to start a company making specialist equipment for camping and survivalism. Yeah, that would be the way to go. I created a couple of things for that kind of stuff. You know, my survival pry bars and that. I think it's worth doing. Maybe to the market. Are they any good? I've Black Widows for years, but wouldn't mind trying something different. Dario said, where did you get the World War II samurai sword saber style from World War II? That was actually given to me by someone who, at the time, I assumed actually for years, it was just some piece of shit sort of replica, because it was completely covered in rust and spray paint. And I never really looked at it for years because I just thought it was a piece of shit. You know, no offense to the person who gave me it, I was very fucking grateful. But I just thought, you know, gave me it, it was gonna give you a really good sword. And one day for a video, I thought I'd clean it up, and then I fucking fucking decent. All Flux, and any ideas of camping survival gadgets you would like to be put into production? Not sure off the top of my head. I'd have to look into some of the, because I've got quite a lot of ideas myself drawn out. I would say anything that has things that have a lot of uses, basically, but all of the bits are good. See, like my pry bar, it had a pry bar, a saw, a blade, bottle opener, tin opener, and all that, all in one package, and it was still decent. You know, the stuff wasn't all put down too small, and that, you know, I would say it's decent, wouldn't I? But don't mean there's quite a lot of multi-use things I think are good for that. Everyone loves a sort of gadget with lots of different uses on it. Marcus said, I don't like BW's only or Black Widow flat bands are better, in his opinion. Tim said, Mike, I saw that you and Malk have done reviews on the Home Guard manual. I'll check them out. Nice. Malk's might be better than mine. I was probably holding back on mine, not saying too much. But have a look though. Yeah, it's a fucking good book, I'll tell you. It's a good book in its own right, but it also could be good in the future if it ever did come to another situation like that. It's good stuff to know. It's still all relevant, and it is sort of teaching you how to do things when you've got no proper training, no proper firepower, and all that kind of stuff. I said, got news for you though, Marcus. Them they're wonderful migrants in your area aren't much better. Loads of military night vision footage of them helping animals through fences. Like say. What did I have for tea, Riggs? I had a nice traditional one tonight. Missing one ingredient though. Gammon, egg, and chips. What's that missing? Actually, don't any English people say, right, gammon, egg, and chips. Anyone who live in the UK or Ireland, tell me what that's missing. There's a missing ingredient from gammon, egg, and chips. Darius said, did the police come to check your guns? They have been. This house has been raided at least 6 times in the last 20 years. The last time they was here was November 2017. Not anything to do with my guns. In fact, they've never been here to do with my guns or anything like that, my weapons. But there's always some other bullshit excuse. Last time it was fucking stolen tools. But yeah, the last time was really good though, because the policeman who one of the fucking 8 police who was here, as many there were, knew a bit about guns, and he just stood there, got every single one of them down at a time, had a look, put it back, look, put it back, look, put it back, look, put it back. Said, yeah, they're right. Told the CID woman, yeah, they're right, because she didn't know either. Because it was weird. I was downstairs and I noticed they hadn't come down for about 10 minutes, and I thought, all right, I'm gonna have to go upstairs now. And then when I came in, they was all stood there like shit themselves. And I said, oh, see my collection, have you? And then I just said, well, I can tell you about it if you want me to, you know what I mean? And then I just sort of stood there saying, yeah, that's that. And, you know, and checked them and I went, you know what I mean? Took about 20 tools with them that we still ain't got back. T2 said neighbour's son thought it was funny to let off a firework. Things different now. JBO said, Sam, how did the Welshman fund the sheep in the long grass? Very satisfying. That's sake. You're asking for trouble with that one, Jim. Well, Flex, how about a pen with multi-tools on it? Yeah, that could work. Tim said it's missing something. All pizzas should have them on. Yeah, Tim knows. Yeah, no one's got it yet, Tim. Not rice and beans. No, not beans. No. Tim said it. Yeah, he got it. Ethan, you're on the traditional thing with ham, pineapple, not ham. I've just said it now. The traditional thing with gammon, egg, and chips, I thought was pineapple. I didn't have pineapple on it. But yeah, I always thought you want it ham, egg, and chips or gammon, egg, and chips, and you have a bit of pineapple on the top. I've not had a chimichanga, but I have heard of that. What is it? Same shop. Ethan, you right, mate? If I didn't say that. Oh, wolf flux, mushrooms or pineapple for the gammon. Sounds gross, but it's amazing. Yeah, yeah, pineapple. That's it, mate. I didn't have any, although we did have a tin of pineapple. Oh, fuck it. What I had instead was a bit of mango pineapple chutney instead. My mouth is dry as fuck. I've been drinking too much water. It starts to get rid of the saliva in your mouth. Makes your fucking mouth drier. Sam said it's just hit 100 degrees on the thermometer today. Fuck's sake, Sam. What's that in Celsius? Even though I've never eaten gammon with pineapple. Have you heard of it, though? That is a thing. I'm sure it is. Boo said you can have a lot of fun with a pineapple fritter. Let's stop that now. Darren said, did the police bring a book with all the laws on guns and knife? Or did they have a look at that sword too? That sword would have been perfectly fine then anyway. Everything, you know what I mean? The only one that would have had any legal issues on that board would have been that one there, the samurai sword, which all you have to do to that is make it less than 50 centimeters. Now it's legal. Yeah. I don't own anything that's illegal. But no, they didn't. No, well, that's the thing. Because sometimes if you have the police around your house and they don't know anything about that, what they do, they take the whole lot with them, and then you have to wait ages to get it all back. Whereas I was just lucky. It all depends what they're coming to your house for as well. See, it wasn't for any kind of violence or anything like that, and it was suspected because no one actually got arrested. You know, they took those tools to check them. No one got arrested. Let's see, that makes a difference. Stuff like that. No one got arrested. None of that. It was even voluntary interview from a dad. But yeah, that makes a difference. If they're coming in to arrest you for some kind of violent crime, they'd probably take a lot of that. And then I'll have to take fucking months or a year to get it back. Slingshot said it's a Mexican wrap. I had heard of it. Marcus says sardines have to be eaten with tomatoes sliced. Make them taste a lot better. Sardines on toast are quite nice, isn't it, Marcus? I don't eat a lot of fish now, though. I love Clockwork Orange. Oh, man. Yes, I do. Yeah. Brilliant film. A messed up movie. Yeah, I got it on DVD. Oh, I love it. And I think I've got a nice HD copy somewhere. Downloaded legally. Wolf Flux said baseball bat with a sword inside. It's a 2-in-1. You want to kill them or not the shit out of them. You know what? That would be illegal in this country because that would be a stealth weapon. That would be called. Down to the owner of El Chavo restaurant dropped a burrito and a deep fat fry by accident and yelled chimichangas. Is that actually what it is? I'll eat that. I wouldn't eat too much of it though. I've never read the book to Clockwork Orange, Zed, but I know Malk has. And actually, I've got it. I've got the book. I have got a book of Clockwork Orange because Malk bought it me for my birthday one year. Never read it yet. Is there any differences? I don't mind you saying if there is. I'm mad, just arrived from his alcoholic coma. I had wondered if you'd be on. Yeah, I'll show you how much I drank last week. Yeah, that's how much I had left then. So nearly the whole bottle. If you can see it. Put that back before I can start getting cravings again. It is a fucking Friday as well. No, I wondered if you'd be on or if you'd be shit-faced if you was. Ethan said, you might disagree, but I love sardines on pizza. I've never had that. I do like, what's it, anchovies. But again, I don't eat a lot of fish anymore. I ain't used my old selfie stick yet. Peach, you'll know when I do because I'll have a video on from down the woods. But that's just there. Wolf Flux said it's not stealth if you know where it is. Yeah, but yeah. Well, you'd have to have it written on it, I think. You'd have to have it written down the side. sword bat, or maybe have a see-through bit where you could see the sword. That might be all right then. Mark said to Ethan, yeah, tomatoes on a pizza would help it a lot. Sam said, true story, Mike, about chimichangas. The word translate to the thingamajigger. Oh, nice. That's good, yeah. I liked the story. I thought it was good. I was hoping it was true. It's fucking hell if I drunk that, I'd die. Yeah, I think having a bit of a beer gut helps, you know. The bigger you are, the more there's more for it to go through, supposedly. I might find neck it for the boys. That'd be the end of me, but I'd have to get more. Well, there are some fucking bottles of wine behind me. I'm bragging that time now I could handle having booze in my room, and then when I went off, I had to fucking drink. That was before that weekend, though, because last week I actually drunk on here, didn't I? I said I prefer the English film Crawl because the princess was hot, the white British redhead. I've never heard of that. Or is it Krull? Is it Krull? Slingshot, there's a couple of minor differences, but the book goes into more detail. Not Slingshot, Zed. Oh, that's good. Because I know some, the only reason I asked Zed is sometimes they're very different, aren't they? Even, I'm surprised you didn't add tomatoes with sardines. I thought after time you got sardines in tomato sauce, didn't you? Or is that pilchards? Jack and Coke for the lads. Yeah, I have vodka and water, mate. Try that. That's how you know you're a fucking alky, if you drink stuff that you can't even stand. I don't drink for the fucking taste. I drink for the feeling. Not a good thing to admit. Well, no, I suppose it is. At least I know I've got a problem. I'm out to pick up the book's not that big either. Iron Man. It's only about that thick, I think. It's not a big book, so it wouldn't be too bad to read. When you've read a couple of Stephen King books that are about that fucking fat, these smaller ones like nothing. Dan said to Marcus, dry heat is tolerable, my arse. It's freaking up. JBO said Slingshot, I love a nice redhead, fiery tempers. Though my missus is Auburn, which is like a deep red, has a temper like a volcano. That way you got all your martial arts stuff, yeah. Don't let her hear this. Mark said, I can't eat them without tomatoes. They make me sick with all the oil. Even if the fair enough, I can eat them right out the tin without anything added. You know, I used to like anchovies straight out the jar or out the tin. Lovely, oily, salty anchovies, lovely. Things that said true, JBO. My package just came in. I'm as far as I drank enough to sink the Titanic today. Oh yeah, I watched your video. Drinking out that fucking bowl. Ethan said you get mackerel in tomato sauce, as far as I know. Yeah. Krull, you know what thing? So I know of Krull, but I've never watched it. I'm I love all women. As long as they're a mute. Maybe in the future they'll have a button on the back of their head for that. Don't. We'll scare off all the women again. We only have 2 anyway. Don't want Donna and Nell going. That'll be the end of that. Got to have a couple about. Darius said, would they come and take it if it was legal? I have a samurai sword with his handmade blade. No, that's fine. And I've got samurai sword from Blades Pro, all legal time. Yeah, that's fine. It's only if you got arrested for some kind of violent crime, they probably would, and there probably wouldn't be a lot you could do about it. I don't know, but JVO said she heard that and said bollocks. I ain't going to save him. Fuck's sake. I wish I wore a mask now. Got in trouble with people's misses last time. It's not me, it's them. Oh God, that just cracked me up. Even said to Marcus, I'll have to try it. Thanks for the suggestion. Weapons, I said, we have loads of sardines in tomato sauce in the cupboard. Uncle Sabu said, I love anchovy, especially That song they did, Living on a Prayer. Fuck's sake, Anchovy, Bon Jovi. Is it Bon Jovi? Anchovy. Fuck's sake. Ben Shotzi's new stuff came in. What was you getting, mate? I must say my favourite woman was Helen Ripley or Sarah Connor. Yeah, I can agree with you there. He said never watched Kroll. You're lucky, lol. Prep for it, you right, mate? He said good live stream. I'm working on a movie set again. It's a horror movie. Can't tell you the name, but it's the same mansion scene in new Stephen King It. Ah, that's interesting. Can't think what that'd be. I'll have to look into that one. That sounds good though. You'll have to let us know when you can. Even said Mark, I've tried kippers. A lot of my family send them over from Scotland. Irishman said I never forget the first time a girl sat on my face. It was the last time I ever let anyone borrow the 18 action figures. Fuck's sake. Told you, don't be scared of the women are. Don't have hardly any anyway. British Balls are going out tomorrow, Chapeltown, all day with Tyler and Leon. Nice one, mate. Wolfrock said there's a great zombie survival game on iOS called Last Day on Earth. You go around collecting supplies and defending your base, killing them for supplies. You should have a look at it. I'll look into that. I think it's in my life store. Oh, your life store, you crank radio and your Polish gas mark. That's good. 4,200 characters on the dot. Nice one. Oh, my mouth is dry as fuck today, I tell you. I imagine Sam said to Iron Man, if I ever end up a single man, my next bride be from a deaf mute community. Mute is optional. I'm curious of the noises they make in the sack. Well, I often joke that I'd need a deaf mute with no family and no friends. Especially the no family bit. Iron Man's partner, do you think you could get a mouthpiece for nagging brasses so they can sing a nice tune? Fuck's sake. That's all the women just gone. I just saw them drop off the meter. I've got a thing here that tells me the demographics. It's gone down to -3 women now. Was an evening, mate. I'm a bit late, been glued to Love Island. I hate the programme, but I've been able to blink since looking at all the women. Pity they didn't make a point of making the blokes sit on one point of the screen, the women sit on the other side of the screen. You could just drape a towel over the rest of the telly then. Never have to look at the blokes. That's what I'd do if I was the production company of that. And then women could do the other way. Marcus said, they're younger and smaller sardines, I think. Much sweeter than sardines and nicer too. Oh, what was that? The kipper things. Kippers are normally quite... What was that, a joke? Kippers are normally... smoky, aren't they? Even till I reckon the females were repulsed by me. I have a habit of doing that. Don't say that, mate. Oh, my fucking mouth is so dry. Don't matter. It's one of them, and the more you drink, the worse it gets. Don't forget to get your fucking merchandise in. I'm starving to death here. I need one of them signs that says, need money. Ninja stole my family. Well, I ain't going to start begging. Darren said, are the police scared of weapons? I don't know. Some of them, I suppose it's like anyone, isn't it? Some people don't know nothing about weapons, so it scares them. Some people do, and they love them. So, like that one of them police who came around here, he loved it. You know, I think he enjoyed getting them all down and fucking looking at them. But the other ones, because see what happens is if they don't know what they're looking at, they think they've stumbled upon some fucking mad fucking man with a stockpile of weapons. You know what I mean? Same as any normal person potentially might think that. Women know your limits, love. Go watch Hollyoaks. That wasn't from me saying that. I'm quoting Iron Man there. Got to have a bit of female company. Iron Man would be very boring fucking world otherwise. Come on, Donna. Come on and tell him off. I don't want to start arguments. Boulder said, going out tomorrow, chapter. You said that with Tyler and Leon. They are. I know I said it already, but I missed it. Xenox said to Iron Man, in medieval times, they have a cure for nagging women. It was called a widow's scold. Iron Man, discipline me, Donna. Fuck's sake. Crack me up. She was on earlier. Let's have a look at the participants. Nah, she's not on now. Sam, Darius, Ethan, Iron Man, JBO, Marcus, Pocketful, Slingshot, British Bulldog, Zed, and me. Slingshot said the gas mask filter is 350 grams. Even said all merch I don't drink tea or coffee, but I can fill a mug with Pepsi Max. They are. Pepsi Max, or get a nice t-shirt to wear. There's also stickers you can put up. I'll do a 4-for-1 sticker about this big. And you can just cut it into 4. You get 4 stickers out of it for the price of 1. How much merch do you sell on average? What's the best seller and where's the furthest you've posted to? You know what? Furthest I don't know. Best seller I don't know. And I haven't sold anything for over a month and a half. It really depends on. So if I did a video tomorrow on the merchandise, I'd probably sell a couple of things then. But unless I do that, I don't really sell a lot. I think most of the people who was interested have done it. Wolflock said I had an exam today and I put my head up and the invigilator started dead-eyeing me. Me being competitive, cheeky shit, I'm never broke eye contact. In the end, the desk she was leaning on slowly collapsed, bringing her down. Breaking eye contact, she hit the floor loud. Never laughed so hard and hard to exam in my life. That does sound like a proper weird thing to be going on. How bizarre. Oh, God. Right, where am I? Oh, you need 20 quid though. What's that for merch? That's okay, I can talk now. The dude PX Mark just signed up for the YouTube Premium. I think I get like $2 a month to give us super chats. Your chats don't have it enabled. Is that something you need to turn on? Sadly, mate, I can't even do that. That's the thing. With that demonetization thing, I can't do super chats. I can't have ads. I can't even have the fucking merchandise thing underneath my videos. That's why on my videos I have to have that picture saying welcome back to the merch, link in the description, because other people who are allowed to do merchandise can actually have that merchandise thing underneath their videos. I'm not allowed it. So yeah, I can't even do super chat, mate. Fucking bastard, isn't it? I'm sorry, Bruce said it does intrigue me over the years listening to people looking at weapons in the fishing shop window and great yarn of how ignorant they are, say they are legal and they should be banned. Yeah, it is quite fascinating, isn't it, Riggs? Because yeah, a lot of people. So like I said, that day it was lucky that one policeman was interested in weapons and knew his shit, because they probably would have. You could see the CID woman was really like worried and shocked because she'd probably never seen that kind of that amount of stuff before. And if you don't know nothing about it, it does shock her. And then there's that weird trend of I don't know if it's the media or what, but it goes around in this country that guns are illegal and knives. Now everyone thinks fucking knives are illegal when they're not. It gets around though. Everyone seems to think this country can't have any guns, and fucking that's the one that gets me. People think knives are illegal in this UK, in this country now. But yeah, but because of that kind of shit, exactly what you said. They look at things and they think it's all illegal because they've heard someone else say it or some bullshit. And yeah, I was lucky that policeman knew, and they just looked and saved me having to get a solicitor later down the line to get it all back. Fucking, it was a good fucking thing, really. I said, I bet the police have knives and sword guns in their home too. Yeah, definitely. Some definitely do. Some definitely do. Some probably join so they can, get hold of some decent guns, which they do. You know. I'll get really high for after a big drinking session. How about you? After, no, I'm fucking dead to the world, mate. I can't even do a lot. I can't. No, I'm the opposite. Oh man. Sam said even scratch or sniff stickers. What was he saying? Oh, I like stickers. I'm very immature. Things up said it comes with the paper and it's written in Polish. Oh, nice. You'd have to ask Liam about that. He might be able to help you. Oh, British Bulldog was saying, no, at Chapeltown, I'll need 20 quid for the shop and the bus. Oh, you got no money then? Missing something there. Oh, that's right, Mike. I love this channel. No other has this community feel. Max used to come close to it, but he's never on now. No, it's a good. You can have a good laugh in these. I enjoy it, especially when we're not. We had a bit earlier talking about politics, and it was doing my fucking head in. But I hadn't realised, and then when someone said, I realised, yeah, that's what it was. Video Bay said that's fucking stupid. No knife country, not real. No, exactly. I see it on BitShoot quite a lot. People uploading video, well, and on here. Yeah, people seem to think there are people in other countries who think the UK has banned knives. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, oh Sam, that's what you're thinking. Yeah, just green knives. Yes, yeah, man. Yeah, yeah. Well, I suppose that is true. Yeah. I read that, didn't I? Dude sucks about the super chat shit. Yeah, so I'll tell you what, mate, it's a fucking nightmare when they do that. Yeah, that's why I'm glad someone mentioned Patreon. A point over there because that's where the Patreon thing is. The names. It's made a hell of a difference. I've got my gas mask in here still. I'll do a bit of a Liam today. Have I? Right, weapons and stuff. I've now talked through the gas mask for a while. Alright, JB, I don't know if you can hear me or not. I probably won't carry on because I bet you can't fucking hear me, can you? I need to get the converter thing and the new filters. No, I won't carry on doing that, but because you won't be able to hear me. I was going to try and do an impression of you then, Liam, but I realised like you don't have a sort of thing you say at the beginning of yours every time, do you? Dude says sucks about the super chat shit. It does. JBO said, you saying about that, Mike, I used to carry a Swiss Army knife for years and years. Got it out to open a packet for my son. The looks I was getting like I pulled out a sword or something. Yeah, it's it, isn't it? People see a knife and they automatically think it's legal and all that kind of stuff. And, perfectly legal. Even a good fun on these streams. I'm down to fuck politics. Yeah, blue ribbon. Exactly, fuck politics. Like, yeah, 100% agree with you there. Mark said, I know what you mean. I live next door to a real feminist nutcase. Shit herself when I use my Swiss Army knife to cut some string, silly cow. Yeah, it pisses you off, doesn't it? Because that's fucking 100% legal. And a lot of big fucking things are perfectly legal on your in your house as well. On your own private property. Well, or at work, but you know what I mean. Getting into fucking tangents here. Double Taboo said, as everyone liked and shared, thank you. I said, lol. Could you hear me talking through that at all? I'll tell you what though, Liam, and everyone else, I love this mask. It's so fucking comfortable. Although I've never tried any other mask, but I find that really comfortable. Works with my beard as well. Not that this is particularly long though, anyway. Mark said to me, I would love to open the front door to someone wearing that. Yeah. Certainly be fucking very weird experience, wouldn't it? My man Spartan said Mike and Liam's channels are excellent. British Baller saw an old mate George turn in a proper bell end chav. Got a license for that big nose. That was an experience shooting a crossbow with that on and body armor and gloves, I'll tell you as well. But I might do that more often. It's a good bit of practice. Down to Demarcus, if I had your neighbour, I'd walk around just wearing a banana hammock all day. Yeah, and a machete. Dara said, would you call a sword weapon in Japan samurai swords? Would you call a sword a weapon in Japan samurai swords are works of art? Can swords be a weapon? Or they're definitely works of art, mate. I look at weapons, they're not weapons. Hang on. I look at swords and that, and I can look at a sword and think that looks beautiful. It's no different than a bloke who looks at a car and says it's beautiful. Not everyone looks at cars and think they're beautiful, but some people do. Women look at shoes and think they're beautiful. But I look at some knives or weapons or whatever, or guns, and I think, fucking hell, that's beautiful. It's no different than that. Even said, I plan to order a mug, the black one. Nice one, mate. I appreciate that. That all helps, There's a couple more different designs on there as well. That helps me with my day-to-day living and, well, a little bit, because I don't really need it for that. But I'll tell you what, it certainly does help for videos, Patreon all goes on videos. Some of the other stuff is a bit of both. A bit for me, bit for the channel. Patreon is all channel. In fact, saying that, if anyone is a Patreon supporter, this month I just bought another 6 arrows. So now I'll have 12 arrows for shooting bow. So there may be bow shooting soon. A hacksaw blade. So I've got a spare hacksaw blade. And 6 new broadhead tips for the crossbow test because I broke mine. So thank you to the Patreon supporters for that. You paid for that. Wolflux said favourite brands. Mine's Victoria's. I don't know. I do like the old Ganzo knives, Swiss Army, and yeah, the old Victorian stuff is great. I'm Spartan said better to live in jail than wake up dead. Yeah, I can totally understand that. Self-defense is God-given, not given by law. Yeah, totally, mate. Make sure you see my new videos, Liam. I have an old bitch to get in my business of. What's that? I have an old bitch get in my business. Oh, an old bitch got in your business about bows and arrows. Oh, fuck's sake. Don't have Marcus just standing there smiling at her, waving hips back and forth while in jockstrap. Fuck's sake. Brett said, I look at weapons and think beautiful. That's it, though, isn't it? It's true. Roller said, I love cars. There's a Supra near me. Lovely thing. Yeah, I've never been into cars. Never really got any interest in cars. Video Bay said, true knife designers will say the same. It takes a lot of work and skill to make some knives and folders. Yeah, that's it. They are a work of art. Don't see that the problem is that the media, and particularly the Sun newspaper, have got the public scared shitless of anything sharp, no matter how big or small it is. Yeah, they're country, aren't they? And it'll be crossbows. They're trying to do it with crossbows now. That one that cracked me up was one of them saying about the assault rifle type crossbow. No such thing. No such thing as an assault rifle type fucking crossbow. Fucking joke. I'm sorry, but remember on Facebook a couple of years ago, a house up for sale. Had a viewing. There's a photo of someone's bedroom with many legal weapons on the walls. Press made a big thing about it. Never saw that, but yeah, that don't surprise me, Briggs. At the fucking time, I'll stand for a little bit longer than normal, but only like 5 minutes. Oh, hang on, Pete. I need to tell you something about the knuckle duster thing you told me about in a minute. Video base said, Peter's video base. You need to make an eBay or Amazon wish list, and people can buy off that, and it goes to you. I'll do that because I did actually make an Amazon one, but the problem was the Amazon one actually has my proper full name on, and you can see my proper full address. So I need to work out some other way of doing it for that. The eBay one might be different though. But yeah, I had done an Amazon one. JBO said to Zed exactly it, mate. The final plan is to disarm the nation. The nation disarmed is easier to dictate to. Where am I? Darius said, what if the UK government made sex toys illegal to own? Would there be uproar? Probably not, mate. Everyone's got two hands. They don't need that, do they? Video based, I'd be a criminal then. The knuckle duster thing on eBay. There's people on eBay saying knuckle dusters, right? Someone came on one of my videos earlier saying that it's saying something, oh, that don't matter. I bought a knuckle duster off eBay earlier. And I forgot to say to him that they probably get nicked now because that's different a bit ago when it was just illegal to import export them. They'll probably get nicked now and raided. But I forgot to tell him that. It wasn't a regular anyway. Where am I? And not Z said, JBO, maybe so. I don't think that the government is really scared of knives. They have servants who have guns after all. My man said, if you was in eternity, Mike, and the bar has only one beer on tap, what would you choose? One beer, 5% heaven water. Yeah, well, that would do it, yeah. You'd only have to have a couple of drops, wouldn't you? I don't know. Yeah, it'd be that Iron Man, I reckon. Whatever's the best stuff you can get. Hopefully, if there was a heaven or an eternity, whatever, I wouldn't want to drink anymore. Tam said it's a funny place to live. They recently legalized nunchucks, but want to regulate porn on the internet. Seems like I'm making new videos tonight. And not he said to JBR, I think the law are more to show the easy to fool that they are doing something to combat crime. Yeah, I think that's what it is. A lot of it is just knee-jerk stuff to make it look like they're doing something because they're not actually doing anything to stop these crimes. So because they can't stop them or can't be bothered to do the things that they're supposed to do or it costs too much money, let's ban something. It won't cost us anything to do it. Looks like we're doing something, but not actually doing a fucking thing, really. When we all know what needs to be done. And if we know what needs to be done, they fucking know what needs to be done. I took it down now, have they, Peach? But yeah, it did make me laugh that after you mentioned that, someone come in with fucking videos saying they'd been buying them. I forgot to say to them, you'll probably get raided now. Because it's different now. What you technically own them, so if you get them in the country, they can't really say anything. Yeah, I don't know if they'll bother raiding people, but things such as I'll have a gas mask on, and I'll need Liam and his expertise. Yeah, if anyone didn't see, the crossbow quivers will be available again soon. I should have about 10 of them going. If anyone asked for one before, you're going to get the first dibs still, straight away. Whoever asked, the people who have already asked, definitely get them first. And any leftovers can go to anyone else who wants them. But they've got proper mounts, hold 6 pistol bolts right where you'd need them for quick getting at. Yeah, and you can still fit the handle on and all that. And you can fit this on and a handle and a torch. You're off, Sam. See you later, mate. I'm going to be off in 5. Lawn working on your tan, are you? Nice one. Noodles. So that we all know the root of the problem is. So I said I'm off, gent and lady. Time to get chores done. One of these days I'm going to get around to your email, Marcus. Marcus, Sam's not started doing what I do, has he? Oh, that's not good. See you later, Sam. Yeah, I'll be off in a minute. I might say, Iron Man. That's actually dearer than I thought it would be. Iron Man's wanted to have a watermelon. Cost me £6. Gonna chop it up in a video. But yeah, that'll make a good video. He said to us things like, indeed, we need to have stronger penalties for crimes committed with weapons. I think so, Dad. I think if you're carrying anything, any kind of fixed blade big knife in some kind of city, and you've got absolutely no reason for it, you should go down for 5 years minimum straight away. No fucking about. That might make a bit of a difference. Because I don't think it should be any knife, because certain folders, and like the one Liam goes to work with, is acceptable. But any big fucking fixed blade, you shouldn't be carrying in. Who would have a reason for carrying a big fixed blade in, say, London or any town? I know there may be some excuses, but there ain't gonna be a lot. You know what I mean? They would know which ones need chucking in prison straight away, and I think it should be minimum 5 as well. Because when you get sentenced to 5, it's halved straight away, depending, if it's aggravated now or whatever. I'll tell you what, Jim. All you got to do for the quivers, just send me an email saying, "Can I have one of the quivers, Mike? Can I buy one of the quivers off you?" And then I'll make it, and then you just send me the £12.50 PayPal, and I'll send you it second class recorded. So yeah, just send me an email, mate, asking about it, and we'll sort that out. That's how I do it. Darius said, why is a lot of crime in the UK and Japan? Why is a lot of crime in the UK? I'm not going to get into that. Well, there's probably you can probably tell by different countries, different people who live there, I suppose. Video base I would hate to be raised. Don't have anything. I've raided. Don't have anything illegal, but I don't like people touching my shit. It's fucking annoying, I'll tell you that, Beach. And it's I get terrible adrenaline rushes while it's going on. Even when I haven't done anything, it's not a very nice thing to go on. I see you later, Slingshot. Marcus said I'm the worst. I fully admit it, though, at least, Marcus. Yeah, I'll give anyone a bit of advice. The best bet for me, if you want to have a chat with me, send me short emails. The shorter the email, the more likely I'll get back to you. I am terrible for it, though, and I'll fully admit that. If you want my email, Jim, if you can't find it, it's just weaponcollector1@aol.co.uk. But my email is also in all of my videos in the description on the bit that says about donations. It's just that email, or it's on the about bit of my channel. Yes, weaponcollector1@aol.co.uk. Yeah, do that, and I'll sort you one out. You'll have it by next week, mate. As long as there aren't 10 other people already wanting them, that is. The ones who, because I may have at least 10 other people who've already asked. But yeah, you'll definitely get one soon, though, mate. I have actually got about 2 other sheets. I've got enough for about 20 at the minute. You see, you like the Slingshot. What is the reason? You can't carry anything in this country for protection. If you carry anything for protection, you're carrying it as a weapon, which means it's legal then, because you can't carry weapons in this country. Yeah, you're right there. So I won't read that one out, but yeah. Iron Man said construction workers should be allowed in. Oh yeah, that's 100%. That's acceptable. But do you know what I mean? Though any teenager without a job walking around with a sheath knife obviously shouldn't be carrying it. Should be locked up straight away. Not just a teenager, anyone. You know what I mean? In those situations, I think there should be no letting them off first time, because it's supposed to be that anyway. But it really should be. That might make a bit of a difference. JBO said I'll be doing it after the stream, mate. Nice one. I'll make sure I definitely reply to yours, Jim, since there's money involved. No, I'm joking, but I will anyway. I'll definitely will reply. I don't think such things. It's dangerous ground for live stream. You should get Mike in trouble if you go any further with that. Yeah, we won't go on about that anymore. But yeah, it could be a bit dodgy. You want to, you know, he did go the right way there for once. So not for once, but you know what I mean. Carl said, "When the foxes get the chicken house, you need to shoot them. Let the others, make the others stay out." Right, that'll do. No, you're right. First time, lock up all the teenagers. You know, I don't mean teenagers when I say it, but do you know what I mean? Because that's the most of the knife crime in London now are teenagers stabbing each other. That's just a fact, really. But I don't mean that. Anyone who's carrying a knife who shouldn't be a big. There's not a lot of excuses to be carrying a big sheath knife in a town. You know what I mean? Unless you're using it for work or something, you know. But you'd have to be, you know. I'm not a fucking policeman or a prosecution or any of that bullshit, but you know. And there's probably a lot better ideas than mine, but my ideas are better than fucking fucking politicians we got in a minute. Thank you, Iron Man. I appreciate that. Right, that's it. I'm going off now. Do a weapon. But I will do a. I'm definitely going to do a new weapon parody one soon. I've got it all planned out and everything. And it should be quite controversial. Yeah. Yeah, I think it should be good. It'd be a very good title. I won't tell you what it is. I want to surprise people when they see it. A couple of people know. That's what I know about violence. If you have no balls, you should not play with the big boy toys. Yeah, exactly. Video guy said, heard a guy say skeng. He meant weapon. The words he used come out of it. That's proper weird, isn't it? See you later, everyone. Just laughing at some of the comments that are still being put on. Noodles, where do you live anyway? You live in America, don't you? You live over here. It's curious. I can't remember where you said you come from. Yeah. Liam, don't forget your sardines and sliced tomato then. Just wait for Jersey. All right. I just wondered. Yeah. Thing is, you lot will be surprised how much I think similar to you lot, but I'm not going to fucking admit it on a fucking video which shows my face because of what it could be used. It's all right for the people who don't even have a picture or a name saying all these things, because you lot still have the ability to hide. I don't. So I'm never going to admit anything that could incriminate me, whether I think it or not. All right? So that'll be the end of, you know, that. If people can't understand that, it must be pretty fucking dumb. I'm never going to say anything on a camera that could incriminate me, or, you know, because the people who do, they forget. There's a lot of people in this chat who love to say weird things, but they're hiding. They've got no name. They've got no picture. They've got no videos. It's all right for you. You can say it. I can't. And I'm not ever going to give the police the fucking bullets to shoot me with, basically. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's my bit on that. You know what I mean? I don't know how people can't understand that. That, you know, do I have something to admit? No, but you know what I mean? The problem is, people say things on here, and I agree with you, but I can't fucking say it, and I'm not going to say it. You know what I mean? I'm not going to fucking say it. you know, my house has been raided multiple times. I'm not going to give them, because what they'll do one day, they will try and make something illegal in this house, and they'll take all my shit, and they'll take my fucking computer, and they'll look on every single one of these videos, they'll look in all these chats, and they'll see all of this. I mean, it's not a that's not a uncommon thing. So you have to be clever with what you say. You know, don't be fucking, you know. But I am on camera, so I can't just, you know, yeah. Double elbows. They also nick you for giving them the ammunition to shoot you if you ain't got a license. But yeah, you know, I'm just, you know, I wish people would understand that a bit more. A lot of the things people say, I do agree with you, but I can't fucking say it. You know, I can't say it on here. And people have to realise that. You know, I probably agree with the majority of a lot of things people say on here. But I can't fucking say it. It's not worth my it's not worth the bother for me. Right. I'm going now. Making me bloody rant. Yeah, thank you for watching, everyone. I appreciate it. Quickly, some people tell some jokes. Let's get me in a good mood before I leave. I'll tell you something. You know what I mean? You'll be surprised how much I do. I agree with the things you've got to say, but I can't fucking say it. Good fucking right. Right. Oh, I don't know. I don't know how to read these. What do you call a prostitute with a runny nose? Full up. What's the quickest way to... Oh, I'm not reading that one, actually. I had enough of the sexist stuff tonight. What's Michael Jackson got in common with the Israelis? Oh, this can't go that way either. These are a bit too bad. What's the chemical name for Viagra? My cocks... I'm going to say it so slow you're going to ruin it. My cocks are stiff. My cocks are stiffer than. Oh, God. Iron Man said my missus wouldn't go down on me last night. I don't have a missus. What have Tina Turner and David Beckham got in common? They're both fucking awful singers. This is the only night you're ever going to get to put these jokes on, so do it. Then I thought that this summer I'd go to the beach and bury metal objects with "Get a fucking life" engraved on them. That's insulting some of our bloody contributors. That Jumble's elbow said, saw the doctor. He said, don't eat anything fatty. I said, like burgers and bacon. He said, no, no fatty, don't eat anything. Oh, Christ. JBO said, have you heard about the new pill for curing lesbians? It's called Try Cocks again. Fuck's sake. Very good. That's done it. That's got me in the mood. What's the difference between an egg and a wank? You can't beat an egg. That was from that, if you wondered. Right. No more fucking politics next time. No more keep going on about things to me that I can't fucking agree with you. You know, not on camera anyway. I love and respect you all. Thank you for watching. Stop fucking winding me up, you bastards. Right. Yeah. I'll be on tomorrow about 9 o'clock till 11. I just came on when you were having a wee rant. Yeah, it comes out of me sometimes. Must have been in a funny fucking mood tonight. But yeah, just remember that. After time, the majority of the time, I do agree with most people, but I can't say it. It's too fucking dodgy. You know, some people don't mind saying it, but I'm not risking it. But you got to remember, I am on camera, and I can't then deny it. It's actually coming out of my words on video. Yeah. Right, thank you all for watching. I'll see you tomorrow at 9 o'clock. See you later. Cheers, everyone.